Okay, welcome everybody and good morning. I am Ray Chambers, the Chairman, CEO, and President of Muncie Power Products. We want to welcome everybody here today, and I'd like to thank the following people for being here specifically. Mayor G.T. Bynum, Councilor Vanessa Hall Harper, Councilor Lori Dector Wright, Secretary of Commerce Sean Copeland, Senator Kevin Matthews, and Representative Regina Goodwin. We at Muncie Power Products, we're really proud to have been in this area for over 30 years now. Our company started in 1935, but it was 1986 that we had our first presence of manufacturing, and that happened right here when we purchased a building from Sperry Vickers. So we've continued to grow. We're at a point now where we need to expand in a big way. We have 2 facilities, need to be consolidated, and much more growth to come. So we're excited today to announce that, first of all, after a lot of extensive research, that we're going to do it here in Tulsa. But even more important, we've chosen the Tulsa Peoria Mohawk Business Park to do that. We're excited to be the first first business located in that industrial park, and hopefully a catalyst for future economic growth. So, thank you. Yeah, it's our pleasure for that. So groundbreaking is scheduled for the 4th quarter of this year. We hope to have it completed within the year, somewhere in that time frame. So we want to thank the following organizations. First of all, the City of Tulsa, the Tulsa Regional Chamber, and the George Kaiser Family Foundation, and our parent company, Interpump Group, for making all this happen. So now I'm proud to be able to introduce to you Secretary of Commerce Sean Copeland.
What an honor. This is definitely the fun part of the job. In my very favorite movie is Hoosiers. And with Muncie being from Indiana, in 1954, in the fictional town of Hickory, which is not real. If you've watched that movie, the actual town that won the state championship is Milan, Indiana. It was the smallest school in the state. They had 161 total students in the school, and they beat the largest school in Indiana for the state basketball title. I'm from a small town, and so this story has always held a special place in my heart. Before the title game, the chaplain led them in prayer, and he finished with these words, "And David put his hand in the bag and took out a stone and slung it, and it struck the Philistine on the head, and he fell to the ground. Amen." Now what is interesting is that 19 years earlier, and 92 miles to the north, Muncie Power Products was born. Also a David of their time. Very small, family-owned company. And this is truly the American dream. As a business owner, I would only pray that 84 years after my company's founding, we would continue to be impacting our community and employees the way that this company is. Very, very proud of what they are doing. So on behalf of Governor Kevin Stitt and Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell, I want to thank Ray, Doug, and the crew here at Muncie Power Products for your exciting investment. We are beyond excited, not only because of your faith that you're putting in our state, but also the location of our community in which you're expanding. It's such a big deal and very, very exciting for us. We're excited at the state level that the company is going to utilize some of our incentive programs, our Quality Jobs program and our Business Expansion Incentive program, and this is exactly the type of growth that we want to become a top 10 economy. The key to Muncie and Oklahoma's growth is in workforce development. We have to have qualified, productive workforce to continue to attract great companies like this to our state. So it's super exciting that literally 2 blocks down the road from the Peoria Mohawk site is Tulsa Technology Center. And I know that CEO Steve Tiger and the team stands ready to train all the workers that we need. You just keep hiring them. Please, keep hiring. On a personal note, as I mentioned earlier, I just want to say What an honor that it is to be here. The governor is very sorry that he couldn't be here in person and he had to send second best to speak with you. But I am certainly honored to be able to speak here. And to our partners at the City of Tulsa, GKFF, and the Tulsa Metro Chamber, congratulations on your great work. We always say that the Department of Commerce doesn't create any jobs, but we try to support those that do. So we're very, very honored to work with all of you. And it is now my honor to introduce Josh Miller, Program Officer with the George Kaiser Family Foundation, to talk about their role in this important matter. Thank you. Let me change who I'm going to introduce. The mayor did me a big favor. The governor and I actually have a meeting that I'm going to be late to, and so he let us swap out. So let me now introduce. Sorry, Josh. Sorry, Mayor. Let me now introduce our good friend, Mayor G.T. Bynum. I'm so sorry.
Councilor Hall Harper was upset you were going to rob her of the chance to introduce Josh Miller. Now what a great day. What a great day this is for Tulsa. I can recall just a couple of years ago when I was running for mayor, and I would spend every single week of that campaign for months on end going and meeting with folks all across North Tulsa. And something that I heard over and over again from people in those discussions was, we hear about all the good things that are happening in Tulsa. We hear about the jobs that are being created. We hear about businesses that are thinking about expanding here, but we don't see those in North Tulsa. And when are we going to start seeing that type of investment in our community and bringing jobs to our neighbors? And today is an important turning point in that discussion. When I came in as mayor, I met with my team and I said, we have two big goals from an economic development standpoint. One is to make Tulsa a globally competitive city in the field of economic development. And two is to bring that economic revitalization to North Tulsa that those folks have waited so long for. And I am incredibly thankful that the voters approved through Vision Tulsa the funds to bring infrastructure into this site. And I'm so thankful that we have a community partner in the George Kaiser Family Foundation that spent the years and the hard work and the funds that it took to compile over 120 acres of land for the Peoria Mohawk Business Park. That's a model public-private partnership that we could look for, not just here in Tulsa, but in other cities around the state and around the country. And so what we've seen historically in Tulsa is that a lot of companies wanted to come here. They wanted to invest in Tulsa, but we did not do a good job as a city of being able to point to places where development was ready, where there was land and utilities and they could move in and make an investment in our city. What we've tried to do in the last couple of years is make those parcels of land more available through adding utilities into those areas, compiling the land that we need, and in particular, we've placed that emphasis in North Tulsa. Because of that, right now, North Tulsa is the hot spot for employment growth in the city of Tulsa. The two largest new employers that we've ever brought to the city in our history are building their facilities in North Tulsa right now. And now we are announcing the first tenant in the Peoria Mohawk Business Park with Muncie Power Products locating their new facility and making a substantial investment, which we cannot thank you enough for being our community partner in expanding this business park and helping us really inaugurate it as a place that's going to create jobs for people in our community and bring the kind of opportunities that folks have been hearing about for too long but haven't seen. I want to, in particular, she couldn't be here today, but I want to thank my colleague, Councilor Krista Patrick. This is her district, and I know that she wanted to be here, but City council, unlike mayor, city council is a part-time job and folks have to work, and so she couldn't be here. But I want to thank our economic development team. We have the best chief of economic development in any city in America, in Cayenne Camus, and she leads a remarkable team. Cayenne, thank you. And also, I want to say that in all this work and the focus that we have as a team at the city in leading and contributing to economic revitalization in this such an important part of our city, I'm so thankful that we have a workhorse partner on the city council in Councilor Hall Harper, and it's a great honor for me to be able to introduce her to say a few words. Thank you.
There's a lot of mics up here. Good. Thank you, Mayor Bynum. I do first want to acknowledge Representative Regina Goodwin, Senator Kevin Matthews, and my co-city councilor, Lori Decker Wright from District 7. Thank you for being here. I also want to acknowledge some partners in the room. We have representation from the Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce. We have representation from the Tulsa Technology Center, World One Development, Goodwill Industries, Tulsa Housing Authorities, and there are so many other partners that are looking forward to this project and who are certainly stakeholders in moving forward with this project. So I was asked to talk about what does this project mean to the North Tulsa community, and I will say it has a lot. It must be said that District 1, my district, has the highest unemployment rate than any other district in the city of Tulsa, according to the U.S. Census Bureau's American Community Survey. Citizens who live in District 1 often drive across town to jobs and pay livable wages. Those who are blessed to have a job on the other side of town also spend most of their paychecks on the same side of town. So what does that mean? It means that citizens in District 1 generate tax dollars in other districts except their own, which gives businesses a reason to build their businesses in that particular district or on that side of town. Meanwhile, District 1 has had less and less jobs available for the people that live there. Oftentimes, communities will come to North Tulsa, set up shop, and not offer jobs to the very people who live there. The small area of Pine and Peoria shows 43.2% of District 1 residents are unemployed. We have to pause and ask ourselves, why is the unemployment rate this high in District 1? One of the things myself and other community partners have done was to have an expungement expo to help clear criminal records for citizens who qualify, because everyone deserves a better chance at a better quality of life. Research has shown that having a criminal record for simply being delinquent on fines has kept many district residents from qualifying for jobs that pay a livable wage and would improve quality of life and reduce recidivism. We need to support successful programs like the Expungement Expo that provide a path to careers and employment. Work is an important part of people's lives. It means more than just getting a paycheck. It means being able to make your own choices about how you want to live. Access to employment is one determinant of health that can further reduce the life expectancy gap that exists in the city of Tulsa. But that gap cannot be reduced if the available jobs are not given to the citizens in District 1. So this is very much a partnership in addressing the unemployment issues in District 1. I'm excited today about the potential that Muncie Power announcement brings to the residents of District 1, and I look forward to working with Muncie on this project, and I will continue to work with other leaders and organizations to ensure that barriers to obtaining livable wage jobs are destroyed, as well as opening doors to projects and initiatives that bring these jobs to District 1, so that the unemployment rate in District 1, where the greatest need exists, can be reduced and and quality of life can be positively impacted. Thank you so much. Again, I look forward to this partnership and working diligently to improve quality of life. I will now introduce Josh Miller. That was my job with the George Kaiser Family Foundation.
gosh, I'm so honored with all these distinguished people that I'm the one who got introduced twice. So that's very nice. As Councilor Hall Harper addressed, the purpose of the Peoria Mohawk site is to provide economic opportunity for the benefit and for the benefit of the North Tulsa community by providing skilled, sustainable living wage jobs. We are grateful for Muncie and their commitment to this effort as the first business to locate there, so thank you. But also to ensure Muncie and future employers' success at the site, Tulsa Community Work Advance and Tulsa Tech, supplemented by Goodwill, are creating a dedicated workforce training partnership to recruit and train North Tulsa residents and the overall community for these jobs. But this economic development project is just hopefully a stimulating and complement to the overall comprehensive community development efforts already underway by others around the site, like the great education work of Tulsa Educare and Hawthorne Elementary, the mixed income housing and neighborhood redevelopment efforts by Tulsa Housing Authority and Crossover Community Impact, the family advocacy of Still She Rises, the small business support from Tulsa Economic Development Corporation, and the community advocacy of groups like Phoenix Development Council and the North Tulsa Economic Development Initiative. So we really hope that this is just that first step to further community development in and around the site. Of course, this wouldn't have been possible without our support and partnership from the City of Tulsa, including Cayenne Camus, who has been there with me from the beginning on this, now Michelle Barnett, and of course the support from Councilor Hall Harper, so thank you. Now I'd like to introduce Bill Murphy, Vice President of Economic Development with the Tulsa Chamber. Thank you.
Wow, we've heard a lot about partnerships. I think that is really the theme of today's announcement, that partnerships really do make a tremendous difference. Good morning, I'm Bill Murphy. I'm Vice President of Economic Development for the Tulsa Regional Chamber. I'm also here representing our Tulsa's Future program, which is our regional economic development program of work. We are on our third, believe it or not, 5-year strategy, soon to kick off our 4th iteration, creatively called Tulsa's Future 4. I'm honored to be here representing the Chamber today, as well as our regional economic development work. Just here to celebrate the great work of Muncie Power Products expansion. Congratulations, Ray, Doug, your entire team here at Muncie. We are thrilled that you've chosen to expand in our community, and more importantly, to expand in the Peoria Mohawk Business Park in North Tulsa. As we've heard, this new facility will allow your company to continue to be a world-class manufacturer of power takeoffs and fluid power components for the work truck industry. So that's very exciting. The Peoria Mohawk site, as somebody who's new to Tulsa, is one that really has intrigued me from my first day here in Tulsa. It's an incredible addition to the economic infrastructure of North Tulsa and, quite frankly, our region. This investment today marks an important first step towards increased opportunity for this area of the city. The park will be a stimulus, as we've heard, for additional economic development activity. I assure you this won't be the last time you hear Peoria Mohawk. And we're confident it will attract additional, well-paying, good jobs for North Tulsa. As importantly, I think it's important to point out that this is an example of what great collaboration does for a community. You heard me talk about public-private partnerships. Certainly the George Kaiser Family Foundation, investment and vision for North Tulsa, a determined community, and the taxpayers' passage of Vision 2025, I think all came together to bring this business park to fruition. And I would argue that this project is also a result of great collaboration and leadership. I thank all of our partners who worked together to make it a reality. Thank you, Mayor Bynum, and your entire economic development team. It feels like they're part of the family now after our bonding session last Friday. We did win in laser tag, by the way, just to put a fine point to it.
It's not what I heard.
Oh! But really, without the steadfast commitment of folks like Cayenne and Michelle and Jim to really making sure this happened, I know that we went through more than a few iterations, and glad to see that this project is happening here in North Tulsa. Josh, George Kaiser Family Foundation, your guys' leadership in the creation of the business park is really going to be transformative for our community. And I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Andrew Ralston, who really was our lead at the Chamber. He chose to move on from the Chamber to a new opportunity, but we appreciate all the work that he did in helping this project get to this point. Finally, I'd like to thank our new Secretary of Commerce, Sean Copeland. I know he had to run off, but his entire team at the Department of Commerce are real partners in our efforts on economic development. And without that strong support, folks like Martin Roberts, who I just saw, and I don't know if he's still here or not, but there he is in the back. They are tremendous partners in our regional economic development efforts, and we certainly could not do it without them. We've got a ton of other partners, from Tulsa Tech to the North Tulsa Economic Development Initiative. You name it, they are part of this project. This is the first business to locate in this park, but it won't be the last, as I said earlier. So in closing, we'd like to, we're wishing for continued growth of Muncie Power Products. That's certainly good news for our community, as well as for the Peoria Mohawk Business Park. We are thrilled and believe in what that can do for our community. So thank you on behalf of this chamber and for our regional economic development efforts. Thank you all.
Okay, this concludes this particular event. Thank you so much for being here with us and celebrating it at this time.